Hey, it is National Train Your Dog Month. It's an important step in making sure that our furry family members can behave and be safe when they leave the house or even when they're in the house. Dr. Rachel Campbell, Medical Director for Pet Wellness Clinics, joins me now to share more about why, again, it's so imperative and some of the options that are out there. It's so good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah, I want to start though with these because these are so cute. We're talking about cold weather. Look at these. We want to protect our. It's serious. We need to guess. Look how these are so cute. These are just adorable. But these keep our dogs' feet.
Their feet
warm and safe.
Yeah, from the ice and the salt.
Maybe not needed, but so cute. Okay, let's talk about safety though when it comes to our dogs, specifically training them. Why do you think that it's so important?
That's the biggest thing, safety, I think too, but also communicating with your pet. It just really helps build confidence. It helps you just like learn each other, and it helps with their anxiety and fear in certain situations if they know what to do and they can look to you to be able to do that. So I think those are probably the two biggest things that it's important that you start early with that.
Yeah, tell me what you think about, you mentioned the confidence part of that and just how much, I mean, our dogs, they want to please us, I think. Right? And so I think that confidence is, it shows too in their body language.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, fear in pets, of course, can lead to anxiety and lead to aggression. So those are really big things, of course, with your family as well as other pets and protecting themselves. So if a dog is in a situation that they're not sure about, they don't know what's going to happen, it's so nice for them to be able to, again, to look to you to know what to do, what types of techniques have you guys maybe taught them that they can do in those situations so that they can help ease their fear, and then also, again, hopefully not lead to more anxiety and potentially aggression.
Yeah, and you talked about that, the aggression part, and then also just that mental aspect of that. But I don't think that maybe we think about that so much. Often we think, oh, look what my dog can do. Look how cute it is. But socially and mentally, can you dig into that just a little bit more about the importance of that? I mean, maybe we wouldn't think about, obviously we can tell when a dog's stressed, but sometimes that's because maybe we haven't taught them how they can behave with us.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that's one thing that we definitely have to think about with, especially in these cold weather months, you can't always have the opportunity to get them outside, get this exercise. So mental stimulation we talk about is so important for them to be able to have kind of an outlet for some of that pent up energy kind of. So even just basic training and learning how to interact with your dog can be provide that for their mental stimulation. So hopefully they maybe don't ruin stuff in the house and chew things up and do things they shouldn't, because again they can have this like pent up stuff where especially if they don't have a chance to get the exercise and the physical stimulation that they need, that they have that outlet as well.
I know there's group training, private training at home. When you think about those, what do you want people to know? Because I think people at home say, oh, I can't afford it, I don't really know where to start. Where do you tell them?
I mean, Google, I mean, look at stuff online, look at the opportunities. They change all the time. Trainers change all the time. The other thing I think it's important is knowing that there's all different types of trainers. So just like raising your kids, I mean, there are different types of techniques and opinions on how to do these things. So if you read about things or you go somewhere and you don't feel comfortable, then look around. So there's definitely going to be different ideas about how to handle certain situations and thoughts on that. So that's another thing that you should tell people. And just there's so many options out there.
Everybody has an opinion too on what works and how you're supposed to do it or not. And then lastly, I want to put up some of the final information. Animals, kind of what are the basics that every dog should kind of be able to do?
Just like they listed here, name recognition. Of course, learning their name, that's pretty, you're going to know that right off the bat. But sit, stay, and also leave it or drop it. Those are so important because, again, when you're in a situation where they pick something up that maybe is going to cause harm to them or you really don't want them to, drop is such a big one, leave it, that they got to learn that quickly. And then sit, stay, of course, if they ever were to get loose or in a situation where you need them to be able to listen to you, to your commands so that they don't hurt themselves or run away.
Well, maybe we'll have you come back because I think my dog has now maybe getting dementia. She used to come to us, and now if you say come, she goes to somebody else. I don't know what's happening there, but for more, something's going on. For more details on Pet Wellness Clinics, head to fox59.com/links.